Hey guys, so today I am going to be teaching you how to straighten your hair without heat. And the first thing that you're going to start out with is you're obviously going to shower and have wet hair, and I like to apply a little bit of oil to my hair just to make it easier to comb any tangles out. Now you're not going to want to use a deep conditioner or hair mask before this because it can make your hair a bit stringy, so I recommend just using a little bit of oil on the ends of your hair. Next, you're going to pull your hair back into a really tight ponytail. And you're going to take a brush and you're just going to go ahead and comb any bumps out of your hair because you want it to be really flat. This is going to be the process you're going to do in order to dry the roots of your hair. So it's very important that the roots are really flat and the ponytail is very tight. Then you're going to take a thin tooth comb and just go ahead and comb back any baby hairs to try to get everything as straight and flat to your scalp as possible. Wrap the rest of your hair up into a bun because you still want the ends to be wet. And you're going to actually want to leave this bun in until your roots are completely dry. Now, it depends on the person and how thick your hair is. For me, I should have probably left it in for 3 hours, but I left it in for 2.5. As you can tell, I put some self-tanner on and I haven't washed it off yet, so I'm looking a little bit orange here, but now that my roots are pretty much completely dry, like I said, I should have left it for a little bit longer. I'm gonna go ahead and take out the bun and the ponytail. And then I'm just gonna shake out my hair, and as you can see, the roots are much straighter than they would have been before, especially the parts around my face. And then you're gonna go ahead and comb through the length of your hair. You wanna wet the hairbrush because you really need the length of your hair to be very wet. Next, you're gonna wanna make sure that you have a whole bunch of bobby pins. Then you're gonna take 1 to 2 inch sections of your hair, starting at the back of your head and wrapping it up over your head like a headband. And this is why you're gonna need a lot of bobby pins, because you really want these to stay tight and in place, because this is how the length of your hair is going to become straighter. And it may take you a few tries to get this right. It's kind of difficult and confusing, but I usually try to alternate taking from the left side and then taking from the right side and wrapping around until I am out of hair. But again, whatever process works best for you, you're just gonna want to continue to wrap all the length of your hair around your head like a headband. And this is a pretty time-consuming process. It does take quite a while for the hair to dry, especially if you have thick, coarse, or curly hair like I do. You are going to want to leave this on for at least 5 hours, but probably overnight is best. Unless you have a lot of free time during the day, I would recommend doing this in the morning, and if you don't plan on leaving your house, you'll be fine, but definitely more convenient if you sleep on it overnight, and in which case maybe wrap your head with some sort of scarf if you tend to roll around a lot. And you really want to make sure you leave this in until your hair is 100% dry, and I got a little excited and I took it out when there was still some parts in the back that were a bit damp. So I did end up having to straighten a little bit of the roots just at the back of my head, but thankfully I didn't have to straighten any of the length of my hair, which was pretty much the goal because I'm trying to avoid split ends as much as possible. So you can see the back still is a tiny bit frizzy and wavy, and that's where I did have to touch up my roots just a little bit, and same with around maybe the crown of my face, but other than that, I was able to completely leave the length of my hair alone. And as you can see, my boyfriend had no regard for me filming and instead decided to come in and interrupt me. Thanks, babe. So again, like I said, if you want your hair to be really straight, you're gonna wanna leave this in for as long as possible so that the hair is completely dry. I tend to like mine to be a little bit more full, so that is another reason I took it out a little bit sooner. And then next you're just gonna take some hair oil and apply that all over the length of your hair to get rid of any frizzies that you might still have left over. And this will also just smooth your hair out and make it look nice and shiny. And like I said before, I didn't have to straighten the length of my hair. I really just straightened around the roots of my hair, and it still came out really, really straight. So that is all for today, guys. I really hope you enjoyed this video, and thank you so much for watching.